This arrangement you begin to make out is a layout of the planes. The transitive planes of the ethereal and the astral between the realms. You see this like these clouds of gray and light blue that mingle and create kind of the Venn diagram where everything overlaps on top of. They act as the threads that hold these things together and connect them in between. With the inner planes showing the elemental chaos where the primordial elements were ordered into following the founding of Exandria. And you can see where like the flaming sphere is placed here, and there is the water and the wind and the earth, and that is the scattering of these inner planes.
Is there a "You Are Here" sticker?
Yeah.
That's actually
Yes. The outer planes, where the realms of the divine exist, are scattered and connected, all surrounding the material plane on the outer side. What you both notice, two things are off about this. One, there's no divine gate shown here. In this whole layout, there is no reference, and most maps or sketches or historical designs of this type of a layout contains the divine gate, because that was a major event that happened after the calamity and separated all of the gods from the mortal planes.
Old man.
Just like a device.
You get the sense this might be, at least was designed before the divine gate was ever created. Number two, there's an additional shape, smaller than the rest. A tiny ruby-like circle that floats in the astral sea that is not tethered to anything and seems to not really fit within your understanding of the cosmos.
Small ruby circle.
That's right here.
A ruby.
Like the same color, like the color of a ruby. That's
A ruby in the astral sea.
Aww.
Does it blink, shine, shimmer, move?
No, it's just the same type of material as everything else that's the glass window's made out of.
And where is that amongst the planes? The little ruby amongst the sea? Is it in between two certain?
It looks like it's sitting in the center of the astral sea, and it doesn't have any tethers. Like everything else seems to be tethered by these silver cords almost. That puts in this large tapestry, and that is just floating between all the lines in the middle of the astral sea.
Confused by its location, I'm gonna touch it.
You touch it?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh shit!
You touch it, and all of you hear this loud, heavy shattering sound as the window just shatters into 100 different pieces, all of them stopping about 3 feet from the window and freezing in place. You watch as Fjord, standing before it in this void, gets sucked into the darkness, and the glass windows close behind them.
What did he touch? What did he touch?
He touched the.
No one technically was watching.
The red bubble.
The
This is
ruby.
some labyrinth shit, motherfucker.
Where did
Are you?
Because I do stupid shit.
So what are you guys doing?
Search the room for books now.
We'll get to you later.
We were on the way to the cabinet. We
There,
still
yeah,
look in the
there is
cabinet?
just a room.
Why you gotta just grab it and make it sound so interesting?
That was a trap.
So
Or it could
Fjord.
have been the spell book that answered all your problems.
The sensation of being rapidly thrust through darkness at a breakneck speed is tough on you for the moment that it's there. Your sense of physicality is stretched for just an instant, infinitely. A point of light rapidly growing towards you until you're pushed through a circular portal of some kind, and you're falling. You're falling forward. Gravity is pulling you this direction. Make an acrobatics check for me.
Oh shit.
Eldritch blast.
Natural one.
Oh
You fall 20 feet. Oh, not bad. You suffer 4 points of bludgeoning damage as you slam down onto a circular stone dais. It's kind of it's rising out of the middle of this chamber about 2 feet up. You slam into it. Kind of get up. You can see now there's smattering bone fragments across this platform and the floor around it. Bone fragments, bones. You look around you and you can see you're standing kind of in the center of like an arrow-shaped chamber. It pulls back a little bit behind you, but to the right, like the back right of you, there is a long hallway that goes into darkness that way. To the back left of you, there's another hallway that goes into darkness behind you. And in the front of you, the chamber continues on for about another 40 or so feet. There's what looks to be a dead end. Like kind of curves to a dead end, and there's a pedestal in shadow with what looks to be an orb there, set under this pedestal. Before it sits more corpse fragments, surrounding glittering coins and jewels, lots of jewels and gems. That's kind of what little bit of low light in here is kind of catching them. And what little bit of light there is, it's just the dull blue light. You can look up, and the portal that you fell through is this faint blue sparkling loop. That is the only light source in here. The rest of it's through your dark vision. But you can just see the faint flicker of it kind of reflect and refract through these scattered gemstones amongst this pile. And what looks to be a curled mass of deep cerulean blue scales. You hear a heavy snort
Oh God.
from under a large, rigid horn as a pair of blue eyes, pale blue eyes, open and focus onto you. The body of the large creature remaining at rest while its folded wings twitch. Powerful, but surprisingly slender, this young blue dragon lifts its head to address you.
Oh no. Don't worry. You get back up in about 5 minutes.
30, more or less.
Just took a short rest.
Holy shit.
He's gonna talk to you. He's gonna talk to you.